from hard to sweet, starved to eat, from no the shows to the sweet. Now I be the cat that be hard to meet.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Checking out the Clippers, they've been looking forward to this game and have to be anxious to tip it off. They've been pretty tight-lipped about the game plan coming in, but very soon we'll find out what approach they're going to take. And a lot of stars on display every night in the NBA, but tonight we're going to be focusing on Blake Griffin. Guys, we see more and more forwards acting as a playmaker for their teams, and he's as good a passer as any.
Yeah, he can make great passes out the post. One of the few point forwards that could run the break. I love this guy when he gets on the break. He's going to bang on your face.
Well, Griffin, he just doesn't get enough credit for how well he reads the defense. He actually played point guard all the way through high school. So that's why he handles the ball pretty well, and he can act as a playmaker.
That's why we like to have you here, because you come up with gems like that.
Well, always a gem. You want another gem? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You mean like when Ernie tripped me on the set that day and I fell?
No, when I threw you in a Christmas tree. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, coming up shortly, tip-off. Kevin Harlan standing by.
I never wanna waste your time. My mind, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Hey, look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Clippers come into town for this one. Welcome, everyone, to Noche NBA. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, DeAndre Jordan shoots with his left hand, but he bowls with his right. He throws with his right, and he finishes with his right around the rim. But he insists he's left-handed. He said, I tried to shoot with my right hand, and it was pretty much the same, maybe worse. I'm going to stick with the left because I've been practicing that for a while. Kevin?
Interesting strategy, DA. Thank you. Jordan shoots a high percentage from the field. You can't fault him for using that logic. Well-seasoned teams coming into this one tonight, Clark. A lot of veterans on both sides. I know you think that's important for both teams.
You know, experience, Kevin, is invaluable, and you only get that from going through the wars time and time again. So veteran players are able to bring that on a night-to-night basis, and they understand the nuances and what it takes to prepare to be ready to play. And so the little things become the big things, and veterans understand that.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Griffin and Jordan, the front court. Austin Rivers is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Gallinari in at the 3 slot. Now here's Barnes. Gallinari with the steal. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And as good as Gallinari can be on the offensive side, Greg, he's a bit of a one-way player.
Yeah, and Gallinari is best in a situation where you can kind of hide him on defense. You want him out there on the floor due to his genius in terms of the offensive game, but he can't hang with most starting caliber forwards defensively.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Well, you hear a lot of disparaging, hating remarks directed towards jump shooting teams, but the Mavericks make no apologies. I mean, that's their game offensively, and that's their story, and they're sticking to it.
Gallinari hits them both. And you look at the numbers, whether it's three-pointers or mid-range shots, spot-up or pull-up, you name it. If it's a jumper, Dallas will live off it.
And you know what, Kevin? If the NBA game was played more like a game of horse, they would be a powerhouse. And, you know, with their defensive scheme clogging the paint, they dare opponents to get into a shoot it out with them because they feel like they win that game most times.
Now here's Rivers following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Fast break, Dallas. Matthews leading the charge. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got a great vertical. I mean, this guy can bounce and dunk easily. Always a luxury to have a point guard who can throw it down on you when he needs to.
Now here's Rivers. Lobs it up for Jordan, and stolen by Noel. Fast break, Dallas. Pull-up jumper. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls.
And Matthews is a wily, crafty defender. Phenomenal at knowing when to go for steals, using his body and his quick hands to disrupt the offense.
Now, here is Gallinari. Dishes to Griffin. Nowitzki with the steal. Knocked loose. Now here's Rivers. To the left wing. Griffin against Nowitzki. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And that one goes long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Now here's Matthews following the miss by Griffin. Smith with a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target. Smith's got 5.
Well, Smith is both a volume and efficient three-point scorer. I mean, he shoots a lot of them, but he makes a good percentage of them, too.
To stop the run, here's Griffin. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Screen by Smith. Passes it to Noel. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Beverly. He dishes it to Griffin. Baseline try. Here's Jordan. A reverse. Blake Griffin again. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now here is Smith. He's got 5. Barnes outside. Barnes with another miss. Clippers trail by 4. And head coach Rick Carlisle approaching a decade with the Dallas Mavericks, and he doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, and you know that's really remarkable in a profession marked by turnover. He's pretty much anchored in there. The Mavs organization smart enough to recognize they've got one of the best in the business in the NBA, but I would even say one of the best coaches in all of pro sports.
Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Smith. Jordan with the rebound. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Over Noel. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Rivers against Matthews. Over Rivers. Smith for 3. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Gallinari. That one's not going to go. Good D by Barnes. Pass to Matthews. Noel in the corner. Fouled in in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Oh, great ball movement there.
You know, Nerlens Noel made it pretty clear he was not happy with the logjam at the center position in Philly. Last season's trade cleared a path for him to show what he can do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Barnes. Curry's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Noel has the mobility to defend fours or fives. The Sixers had tried him some at the power forward. But, you know, Clark, it really wasn't a fit.
No, it really was. I mean, he's a shot blocker and finisher first. I mean, you want him protecting the rim. And it's clear this guy is a center.
Now, here's Decker. 6 to shoot. Right wing takes the three. Here's Reed. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And that one drops for him.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
There's the screen. There's a screen by Noel. Dallas, no good that time either. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc told me, you know, you should be Defensive Player of the Year, not just for one time, but for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because I was his player. He really meant it. Once you have that confidence from somebody like that, you can only play well.
And you gotta love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre, and how Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. I mean, I have to believe we're going to see that confidence proven to be right.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So for the Clippers right now, Teodosic out there with Williams. Then it's Decker, then it's Reed, and it's Harrell in at the 5 spot. Williams can't hit.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot. And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Pick by Harrell. Out to the right wing. Teodosic, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that.
Here's Reed. Makes it off the glass.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Now, here's Barea. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Outside Curry. There's the pick. Back to Barea. Puts up a 3. Can't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Teodosic. Now the feed to Reed. Over to the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Sam Decker, the former Wisconsin Badger, played rotation minutes last season, and he showed that he can be a solid contributor out on the wing. Good shot, incredibly athletic.
Yeah, he's extremely athletic, which makes him a very good defender because he uses his size and athleticism to play multiple positions. His activity level is good, and on occasion, this guy will explode and win a game for you.
The first free throw is good. Mark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are, and I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote.
Barnes with it. Williams picks him up. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Griffin comes in for Reed. And it's Gallinari in for Sam Dekker. Here's Teodosic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. From outside the arc, Los Angeles with another miss. Dallas leading by 4. Curry passes to Farrell. Nowitzki outside. Down low and stolen by Jordan. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Gallinari leading the charge over Barnes. Here's Griffin. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A. An even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
He misses the free throw.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Nerlens Noel checks in for Mejri. Matthews comes in for Seth Curry. And Smith subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Clippers trail by 6. Now Beverly. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. A free throw drops for Griffin. Griffin hits them both.
Yeah, you know, the Mavericks last season were encouraged by their young squad, especially their undrafted free agents. Guys like Yogi Ferrell from Indiana and Seth Curry out of Duke earned minutes and came up big with those minutes.
Now here is Smith. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. Here's Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And the Mavericks rebuilding, but still a team that can beat you on any given night, as we saw.
And you know what? They're not planning to miss the playoffs much longer. I mean, a team culture built around playing harder than their opponents, going 15 deep. Not a team to sleep on for sure.
Here's Griffin. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Jordan the screen. Lobs it up for Jordan.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Barnes against Gallinari. The baseline J. And Harrison Barnes again. Barnes has got 9 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Picked by Griffin. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nice D from Nowitzki.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And it's Smith missing. Gallinari outside. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been finding me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
They were simply the better team on the offensive end. Every time the defense made an adjustment, they would make an adjustment on offense. Winning that little cat and mouse game, they'll be difficult to beat.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Dirk is the 4 with Noel manning the middle. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Smith dishes to Barnes. Screen by Smith. Nowitzki with the screen on Gallinari. Fires from the wing. Barnes can't get it to go.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Here's Griffin. That one no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. We have to give a lot of credit to Austin Rivers for how he has improved since his rookie season.
And one big reason for Rivers earning his spot is his improved efficiency. Had trouble shooting from the mid-range and out early on and worked on that part of his game, which opened up everything else for his skill.
Now here is Smith. 5 points in the game. Got it. Good job in the low post. Now it's a 7-point Dallas lead.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Barnes against Gallinari. Jordan the screen. Beverly, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Beverly's got 5 now.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Noel sets a screen for Barnes. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Barnes has got the lead back up to 7 now for Dallas. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of work on it.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measuring, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Smith. Now, here's Decker. Back to Williams. Fires the 3. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
You know, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they got to play with a little more energy this half.
In the corner, Ferrell. There's a good screen. Here's Measuring. Can't hit from 12.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ferrell kicks to Measuring. Barnes passes to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. It's Curry outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
To the left wing. Reed a screen. There's Williams with the 3. Tries again. A nice shot by Reed.
Boy, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Barnes can't get it to go.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked, you're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now here's Barnes. 13 points in the game. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Here's Decker. Harrell setting the pick for Decker. Basket good. Decker's got his second basket of the night.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Measury. And Barea subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Mavericks leading by 6. 1:37 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Curry. Now the pass to Nowitzki. The kick out to Barnes. From beyond the arc. Mavericks with the new shot clock. And it falls over the rim and in.
That's where Nowitzki's long arms help him on the glass. They're solid at using that length to reel in rebounds.
And Dirk Nowitzki, what a career. 6th all-time in NBA scoring.
This season he'll have a chance to pass the great Wilt Chamberlain for 5th on the list. And when you talk about points scored with a single team, well, he's second only to Kobe Bryant, the Mamba.
Here's Farrell for the 3. Nowitzki, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Feeds to Williams. Picked by Harrell. Off the screen. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots. Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Teodosic, guarded by Barea. 3-pointer. Teodosic, no good. Here's Farrell. Kicks it to Barea. It's good from long range. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game, all right? Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Preaching efficiency, preaching defense. Rick Carlisle right there wants to see no mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, protect the basketball. Try not to force anything and just take what the defense gives you.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, the heart of the team at the 4 and the 5, Griffin and Jordan. Patrick Beverley out there with Austin Rivers, and it's Gallinari in at the 3 spot. Beverley against Barea. Now here's Beverley. Defense is right there. Jordan sets the pick for Griffin. They get it again. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
And here's Barea. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barea. Inside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw good, Nowitzki. And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
You know, it really shows on the face of Nowitzki how much he loves playing the game. And that kind of enthusiasm is infectious.
Now here's Beverly. He kicks to Griffin. Looking to get back on track here. That one doesn't go. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Smith dishes to Matthews. Pass to Barea. Just 5 to shoot. Over Rivers. Barea, no good.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
Dallas leading by 13. Smith with it. Outside Matthews. Wide open shot is on the money.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And the Clippers call time here.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
His three-pointers off the mark. Mavericks leading by 15. He feeds it to Noel. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, he's not just long. Noel is also a remarkable athlete, putting the ball down on the floor and taking it strong to the cup. A lot of big guys can't do that.
And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
That's good from Noel.
Boy, it's obvious that Noel has some nice leadership traits. He's energetic. He's positive. His teammates really gravitate to him and feed off his intensity.
Dallas making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. All free throws good from Noel. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I... Whoa! Hey! Watch out now. Watch out. And, you know, Barnes is never afraid to go for the rim rocking jam now. A spectacular athlete who doesn't mind showing his stuff.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Rivers passes to Griffin. Back to Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. And that's going to be a treble.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
Dallas leading by 19 points. Now here is Smith. Barnes outside. There's a screen by Noel. The drive by Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now Matthews. The dish now to Smith. Barnes screen on Beverly. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
There, Smith wouldn't be denied. I mean, you can body him up, but he still finds ways to score despite getting whacked.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Smith. So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Shot from 12, and it's Smith again missing. Clippers trail by 20. Here's Beverly. Jordan the screen. There's Gallinari with the 3. And it's Gallinari again missing. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Smith kicks to Barnes. There's a screen by Noel. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Teodosic is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 20. A minute 42 left in the fourth.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball, a little over 50% from the field, and a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. Here's Teodosic. Dishes it to Gallinari. Jordan the screen. Shot off the pick. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Barnes.
And you know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
Completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Jordan. Willie Reed comes in for Blake Griffin. Decker's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Williams in for Austin Rivers. Here's Farrell. Taken away by Williams. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Count it.
Man, love the anticipation of Williams there. The quick hands jump-started the fast break with that pilfer.
Mavericks leading by 16. Here's the screen. Farrell passes to McRoberts. Here's Farrell. There's 45 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Teodosic. Over in the corner, Williams. Down low. Knocked away. Here's Harrell. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
Outside Curry. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.